What's up, my YouTube social media family? What's good? Hey, welcome to the Fighter's Corner. We have your host, none other than Taz B. How you doing today? Hope everybody's blessed. Hope everything's going well for you guys for this fall season we're going into. Hope everybody is achieving the highest goal in your life. All right, stay blessed. So today, hey, we have another banger for you guys. Another banger. This is episode 4 of the Fighter's Corner, and today we are covering Mr. Najee Lopez, aka Chino. He's coming out of Atlanta. This young brother is just a stallion. I believe he's 6'2" or 6'4". Very long, got great reach, power striker. I believe his record is 15-0 losses. I believe out of those 15 wins, I think he has either 11 or 12 knockouts. And he's somebody that people need to be talking about, all right, to Mr. Najee Lopez. So once again, if you like this type of content, please send me other people you would like me to react to or give a tale of the tape. Please comment, like, and subscribe. It's no effort at all. Thank you for having us head to our close to 1,000 subscribers. We've only started this channel just, I'll say, like the tail end of summer. So thank you for getting us there and pushing us. And I appreciate you guys. All right, so let's get into the Rising Star series of Najee Lopez.
Najee Lopez turns every ring into a blaze. Call him Chino, and for good reason. 14 wins, 11 knockouts, straightforward, ruthless, no wasted words. Yesterday, he was just a prospect. Today, he's a threat to the entire division. This is the rise of Atlanta's most dangerous headhunter. Najee Lopez was born in 1999 in Atlanta. His name had long echoed through local gyms. First as a fearless kid from the streets, then as one of Georgia's most dangerous amateurs. His amateur record, 139 wins with just 9 losses. He captured national tournaments, reached Olympic qualifiers, and in sparring with professionals, showed a level that couldn't be ignored.
Got clipped, chat. Got clipped.
At 6'2", with the speed of a middleweight and the power of a cruiserweight, he was unique. No wonder Mike Tyson's former trainer, Stacy McKinley, spoke about the rare combination of his attributes.
Hey, Stacy, what do you think about this guy, Najee? One of the most solid dudes I've seen at home. Put in 34 Muhammad Ali. He got defensive good. He got the speed, he got power, and he's only 19 years old.
His main support was his father, Tito Lopez. In December 2020, he passed away. But Najee didn't break. In August 2021,
shout out to Tito Lopez.
Pro debut,
rest in peace, brother.
The path they had started together.
Woo!
And already in just his third fight, his opponent was the first truly serious test, Alex Theron, an experienced Colombian with 30 fights behind him, a man you couldn't intimidate with size or speed alone. Lopez didn't rush. The jab only measured the distance. Behind it was calculation. Theron waited for a mistake, but the mistake was the waiting itself. Lopez coldly broke down the body. Each punch draining the air from his opponent until the guard finally cracked. In the second round, he went back to the same opening and ended it.
All right, chat. So, I run an MMA gym. Fight Quest MMA, and in there we do a lot of boxing drills. And just like I say in boxing or any kind of stand-up striking sport, you have to establish that jab. That jab is the pinnacle of you establishing your combinations or where you need to hit next. He has reach. He has a great jab. He fights orthodox style, and he always follows up with that blazing power from that backhand. You notice that the time speed difference between that jab and that backhand is very, very minimum. You know, I always tell people when you're throwing that jab, you know, right after you have to follow up. You know, and he has established that nicely, nicely.
Anthony Stewart wasn't a slick technician, but he brought heart and the willingness to endure. He stayed upright while absorbing punishment, and in doing so, only opened space for the young predator.
I've experienced a lot of success. So let's see what's going to lay down.
Lopez hammered with heavy hooks. Stewart let him unload to the body. And then, Lopez unchained his signature uppercut into a guard that was anything but solid. Lopez showed not only power, but patience. He changed rhythm, refused to chase a quick finish.
Chat, what I love about Lopez is that he takes full advantage of his reach and his, you know, he throws that nice short looping punch. It's probably short to us, but to him, he has the long arms. So he doesn't even have to step in. He can just transition into that uppercut, which is just sweet. It's sweet. And man, this is how I wanted, you know, Deontay Wilder's style to be, similar to this brother's style, you know, where he's quick, he's elusive, he establishes the jab, making sure that he's in the right place. So yeah, hats out to this brother.
Instead, coolly dismantled the defense until it collapsed. His signature style became clear. Methodical pressure, body shots, uppercuts, and the decisive hook that
See what I'm saying, chat?
seemed unbreakable only a second before. After cruising at cruiserweight, Lopez dropped down to light heavyweight.
But now Lopez set him up like that. First in the body, that's why.
Monroy came out aggressive, but his chaos quickly broke against a cold jab. Lopez never let him breathe. He kept the rhythm, fired off doubles, punished every step in.
I think he's finding a good, great body shot. Stuff like that.
Monroy's pressure crumbled. Where experience was needed, there was only emptiness.
Like,
In the right hand, like a hammer, smashed him to the canvas. Rose, only to walk straight into another barrage, saved only by the bell.
guy with a big
Chat, I will say, when you're in that orthodox stance and you have that length like he has, when you throw that front hand jab and you kind of pause and then you just shoot off that backhand, because he has such great reach, is sometimes it's hard to read. So I always tell people, hey, give respect for that backhand. That backhand can shock a lot of people, especially when you're tall like him, like this brother. So that was nice.
The third was agony. Lopez dismantled his stance piece by piece until the doctor waved it off.
You know what? We got a lot of good light heavyweight, but no one is really on
That's a nice cut.
You know, no one really separated. So it's a guy out there that
The great Antonio Tarver.
But it's going to take him a couple years to get ready. But I believe he's under this roof right here. We're gonna wait and see. I ain't gonna with it. I just believe Najee Lopez to me looks like he has the goods.
After a long layoff, Lopez came back and decided to test himself even lower, at super middleweight.
Oh my God, what happened?
Across from him stood Christian Fabian Rios, not known for winning, but for surviving.
Changing angles, it's on staying up high. Check the most of those effects, right? You can prospect the guy with
His weapon, stubbornness, the habit of lasting till the end, tying opponents up and dragging them through the rounds.
get an opportunity. Lopez has shown us a lot of power to initiate a lot of the offense.
But against a cold Lopez, it looked like a one-sided drill.
He does a good job of
Y'all see that jab, chat? He's got that jab
The Argentine
pumping.
tried to fire back, but every step forward ran into a wall.
impressive. And look how he looks. I mean,
The difference in class was undeniable. For the first time, Lopez had to go the distance.
just that trap. Still thinking. Still coming. Just like this.
But instead of doubt, it became a marker. He could not only break men early, but command a fight from bell to bell without losing control for a second.
And still undefeated, Najee Lopez.
After all the experiments with weight, Lopez settled firmly at light heavyweight. The first test, Christopher Brooker,
Okay.
a rugged veteran who came out hard, went straight to the body.
Coming up next will be the Brazilian Lucas Diabrego.
He even clipped Lopez with an overhand. But Lopez only smiled, a signal the end was near.
Chris Brooker a lot over the years.
Ooh.
For Lopez, a spectacular knockout. For Brooker, the final fight of his career.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that, chat. That ear.
Kane L. Wheeler thought he could impose his aggression on Lopez, but it played out differently.
Square. Stand against their body. Oh!
From the opening bell, Lopez searched for the key. Jab, body, hooks.
Woo.
Always shifting angles, never staying still.
Get what's respected. Speaking of jabs, if we look tricky, though, even that straight right hand comes out. It's no hitch, nothing.
Wheeler caught a few moments and grew bolder. But that only fueled Lopez. Soon, the control was absolute. Lopez punished every mistake.
Get out of the corner,
The
bro.
ropes, ripped hooks and uppercuts, forcing Wheeler into a shell.
Woo.
With each round, Wheeler's confidence drained, while Lopez only turned up the pressure. In the fourth, it all collapsed. An overhand right, shades of Benavidez.
Like he's crabbing down. He's crabbing down his hand
Trademark
to get
uppercut
in.
And a left hook rattled Wheeler.
You don't see that too much.
He tried to run, but a straight left dropped him to the canvas.
Ooh.
He got up, but his eyes said it all, and the referee stopped the fight.
Hey, chat, hats off to his opponent. You know, he was rugged, you know, and that's a good test for a fighter when you're fighting someone that's very like battle cat like you are. You know, they're trading pound for pound punches back and forth with you. That was a great test for Chino, for Lopez. That was great. And going back to the ear. So whenever a fighter is in their fighting sense, first thing you want to read is where the distance of their hands is from their face. So if they're in a southpaw orthodox, it doesn't matter. If you feel like whenever you go and flinch at them or you throw a jab and they're pushing their hands up here, frontal, or whenever they're trying to block a hook, it's like right here, it's not back by the ear. You can just hook right around that ear, right around this post guard, this hand right here, and pop that ear. And what that's going to do, it's going to jack up your equilibrium. So yeah, I've seen fighters, get hit, and then get rocked, or they couldn't have their balance, and then the fighter just follows up and gets a KO or a technical knockout. So for those who are not into fighting and you're wondering about that, yes, you can throw that nice hook if you step in and go around the hand guard, because it's not posted by the ear. It's here. You can go around that, pop that ear. Yeah, it's devastating. So have fun.
Unbeaten Cuban Yildo de Pestre looked imposing. Broad chest, tall frame, muscles carved in stone. He stepped in confident, as if ready to halt Lopez's rise.
And he's ripped.
But reality was different. Lopez refused to trade recklessly. The jab sliced the air. His footwork shifted angles. De Pestre swung into emptiness.
Stay busy, stay attention. Lopez using that.
Hear what they said, Chad? Jab. What I tell you? Round and hit that ear.
The anger in his eyes during the second quickly turned into helplessness. Every rush forward was cut down by cold jabs, like bursts from an automatic rifle.
Just keep building. Like you said, you did a great job.
Slowly, he was forced to play Lopez's game.
It's a throw about every second. What's his first fight?
By the third, the trap was closed. Pinned to the ropes, De Pestre ate a barrage of straights and 2 crushing right hooks. Another emphatic finish, and a reminder that Lopez's style breaks anyone, no matter the size.
Wow.
Lopez opened 2024 with a real exam, a 10-round war against Marcos Escudero.
Lopez looking to dictate with that lead hand. Good look, check close. It just wasn't the right ball, but one offensive range.
The Argentine never stopped pressing, leaning forward, trying to smother the rhythm.
Good catch. That hook. Good catch.
If earlier foes crumbled quickly, here Lopez was forced to fight at the edge.
See if he can break the position.
He worked the jab, controlled range.
The kind of bit of he's there. He's getting comfortable in his first 9 professional fights tonight.
Banked the early rounds with clean punches. But as the fight deepened, Escudero's pressure swelled. The exchanges turned brutal. Blood and bruises marked both men.
Escudero is that guy. He's a fighter. He got heart.
For Lopez, this was uncharted water, beyond the 6th for the first time. Yet he didn't fold.
Going into some deep waters. In the corner, calling for the uppercut. He doesn't move his head a lot, so you can try to be first and keep him. Be careful in progressive.
When the late rounds came, fatigue hung heavy, but Lopez stood firm, answering shot for shot, flashing bursts of aggression.
But that was a huge pass. Sons of light around it. Seems like inside his nose, everybody's corner left hand.
The finale was wild. Escudero charged. Lopez answered. The crowd erupted.
Oh, should we ever match Escudero on the inside? Oh, right for Najee Lopez.
Woo.
The judges handed Lopez a majority decision, and that meant more than a knockout. Proof he can not only destroy fast, but endure, adapt, and fight to the very end. Most of the time.
Now, chat, that was a great test for Lopez. You know, he had somebody who had that dog in him too. He wasn't willing to just give you the win. You have to take this from me, bruh. And I like the fact that they both displayed excellent defense, offense, you know, not giving up, taking shots, shows he has a good chin. But Lopez definitely prevailed with his patience and his relentlessly chasing you in the ring or pushing the fight forward. That can give you a fighter a lot of stress when you keep pushing forward and you're taking away a lot of their game plan. So that was a great test for Lopez.
Physical advantage Escudero on that one by majority decision.
Stephen Sumter looked like a dangerous examiner. Undefeated, heavy left hand, full of confidence. And from the start, he made it clear he
Okay, he's fighting southpaw.
Lopez opened in his style. Jab, pressure, body work.
My way after something. Good shot. Doesn't follow up.
He got in there on that one.
He smiled through exchanges.
He got
pinned
cracked
to the ropes. Landed uppercuts. But in the fourth came something his career had never seen. Sumter found a gap and clipped Lopez with a counter left.
Woo! Woo!
Lopez rose, and from that moment, the fight changed. He brought back the jab, brought back cold control. Methodically shredded the body, forced his rhythm.
Too far out for something to be efficient.
Closing rounds, Lopez reclaimed command.
Far out for something to be efficient. You see what he did there? So, hit the guys with shots they don't see like that.
Final bell was met with a stare down. Eye to eye, respect earned. Result, unanimous decision. For Sumter, a proud defeat.
Wow, chat, that was awesome. Another awesome battle. You know, in the in my gym, we teach that, hey, when you're doing that toe for toe, you know, hit for hit, you know, pound for pound striking back and forth, or you want to call like the Mexican, you know, stand down or whatever, you have to be careful, because whenever you're doing that and both fighters are just swinging, there's a 50-50 chance you can get tapped. You can get tapped on that chin. So, hey, he's growing, he's developing, he's getting better. You know, these are just lessons to learn, you know, to try to develop yourself to be better in your upcoming fights. You know, something to learn that, hey, you know, don't be compressed too tight, you know, kind of have that eye to look where his shoulder's going to lift up at. So if he goes to try to counter you, you can lean back a little bit and bow, you know, give him that special delivery. So, yeah, that was great, you know, and the fact that he went down and got back up to win the fight, chat, you can't ask for much more. What else can you ask? Now, a lot of those fighters would say, oh, yeah, he hasn't been tested, his chin. You got it right there. He got up, finished the fight masterfully. So all of that talk can be out of the window. in his early career.
Lopez, a lesson and proof that even after falling, he rises and dictates the rules again. After the hard test with Sumter, Lopez prepared for another step, but a hurricane shuffled the plans. The opponent became a late replacement, Ismael Okols.
A little too soon for him. He's not.
Lopez looked like a hunter driving prey in circles. Every step ended at the ropes. Every clinch only delayed the inevitable.
4-round, no bonus.
In the third, the hunt was over. A left hook to the liver tore through the guard. Okols folded. Knockouts were back, along with Lopez's signature style. Break the body and the rest.
Hey, Chad, that face he made, I know exactly what he's. So, just like we talked about in episode 3, you know, working the body is a gym. You know, if you know how to work that body, a lot of fighters are just head hunting. They just want the head, that head snap. But when you work that body and kind of work your strikes and layers, you definitely become a more proficient, deadly fighter, right? And that's what Lopez is very good at. He will punch you anywhere, you know, liver shot, kidney shot, on the solar plexus, the stomach, diaphragm area, face. I mean, he got it all where it needs to be at, and that will probably make him to be a very difficult person to face. So, but I know that guy felt that body shot. It's like, it would shut you down, chat. Comment and like down below if you like this content. If you're enjoying this with me, thank you for hanging out with your boy.
Collapse.
Listen, this is a great progression. He's beating undefeated guys. He's beating the tough journeyman guys. He's beating the dangerous guys who can punch. Well, now he's stepping up to not only a dangerous guy, but also a name fighter, a guy with more experience, a guy who's been in with the best in the world.
Lenin Castillo, a former world title challenger, tall, rugged, tested against elites. For Lopez, it looked like the ultimate exam.
He got that
And with
face
a belt
like,
at stake, the WBA
I'm
Continental
about
North
to put it
America.
on you, dog.
From the first minutes, Lopez's jab and rhythm dismantled every attempt from the Dominican to seize control.
And you can't be honest.
Well, that way, it's a good body shot. Well, and you know, allows our play. Around. Castillo is not looking at the face. He's looking at the whole place while forcing the fight.
Castillo tried to hide fatigue behind a smile, shielded himself with a high guard, but every advance ended in hooks or uppercuts.
The veteran move, using that left hand to set things up, but
Nobody just on the thread of the thread, just on the thread of that distance. That jam.
He's like, you got me.
The longer it went, the clearer the difference. Lopez didn't just punch, he read, lured, punished.
Oh!
Castillo looked like a man searching for an exit he couldn't find.
Fight guys like this.
The finish came naturally. Lopez broke him down until the corner stepped in.
You're not responding. He did get up.
it's all over him. Very, very close to stopping this one.
For Castillo, another step down. For Lopez, a breakthrough moment. Now his record holds not just wins, but his first title belt. Juan Gerardo Osuna entered with a strong record and the reputation.
He's like, yeah,
of a
all right.
It seemed he could test Lopez hard.
He didn't want
but the
that
test
stare down,
turned into a
chat.
Showcase.
That's when you know you
Lopez
lost
wasted no
some time.
time
That
in
stare
closing the
down.
hunt. A left hook to the body, and Osuna dropped to a knee.
Oh, that's kind of right. He's still feeling.
Body, chat.
He rose, but his breathing betrayed the pain. Then came the dismantling.
You have a puncher in front of his face to
Osuna hit the floor again and again. No answers found.
Najee Lopez, that toe.
Each shot from Lopez sounded like a verdict. Another hook to the body sealed the end.
Lopez looks like the bigger shatter.
You know what he's hurting at.
2 minutes of fury. And another reminder, Lopez breaks opponents methodically, but now he does it with pure spectacle. Najee Lopez is 25 years old. Record, 14 wins, 11 knockouts. First title already claimed. And all this in less than 3 years as a pro.
3
His
years.
style is recognizable. A cold jab, relentless pressure, destruction to the body. Lopez doesn't chase flash. He finds the crack and breaks it open. Will he be champion? In this division, the potential is enormous, but the most dangerous tests still lie ahead. One thing is clear. Lopez is no longer just a prospect. He learns, he adapts, he grows with every fight, and that makes him a threat to anyone in the division. If you enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, and remember, Najee Lopez is only getting started. His climb to the top is far from over.
Wow, chat. That's what I have today. That was a great overlook at Najee Lopez, aka Chino. You know, definitely check this brother out. Look at his fights. You know, for the fight enthusiasts out there, look at his style. Look at what he presents in the ring. His IQ, his relentless tracking you down. Man, that was definitely a joy to watch. You know, thank you guys for spending time with me here for episode 4. We do have a list of going from the rising stars, and then we're going to go into the legends. All right. I know a lot of people are waiting for that. The legends of the sport. You know, there's a lot of legends to definitely cover, you know, so I have to do, you know, my homework of picking which ones that I think are going to be good. To me, they're all good because, you know, whenever you have legends like in the combatant world, fight world, you know, sometimes they can be forgotten. They can be forgotten. And some of these legends have opened up the doors to young prospects like Najee, okay, like Caroline, you know, these guys have opened the doors, and we can't forget our legends out there, right, chat? We got to give them their flowers, right? All right, chat. So once again, this is your host, Taz B, with the Fighter's Corner. Thank you for joining your man. I appreciate you guys.
Most people don't know shit about boxing. Right?